We're here with the CEO of the H Street Development Corporation, Ken Brewer, and he's been joined with Dr. Marcia Brown from the Global Scholars Foundation. Welcome both to Always Real Talk.
Thank you.
Glad to be here, Con.
Good to have you in the studio. I know that, Ken, we've been around for a long time. I know you're a native Washingtonian and a graduate of DC Public Schools, and to be on H Street and to see what's taking place on H Street, I know it's something that you've played a role in for a number of years. Tell us a little bit about H Street and what you guys do and why you guys are so important to our community.
The H Street CDC has been around since 1984, and it's primarily been a catalyst for the economic revitalization of the H Street corridor. We've had a supermarket, we've had other large stores that have come and gone to H Street, and at one time it was even a food desert. But now we host a Whole Foods, we have a Giant. And these things are relatively new to the corridor and its renaissance, but the corridor has briskly redeveloped itself, and we have only been like a catalyst.
Oh, absolutely. And for those that don't know, when you're talking about economic development in the city, H Street's always a name that comes up, especially if you're talking about development on H Street. I mean, I know at one point you couldn't do anything on H Street without H Street Development Corporation being a part of it. And let me just talk about our CDCs and what roles they play, but how impressed I am with the history and the performance that H Street has played, not only to what they see as it relates to on the streets of H Street, but what you've done as it relates to the community and the schools that you've been a part of, that you've contributed to the Global Scholars Foundation, to the John Wilson Scholarship Fund, which we'll be talking about. What are some of the challenges that you experienced early on with H Street? There are people right now, they're walking outside, they think that this looks like this all the time.
So the biggest problem that we've had is access to capital. It's been difficult for H Street over time to borrow enough money to do the projects that it has done. Now it's not that problem because the market has really changed. The demographics have settled in the minds of some people that significant investment is being made along the H Street corridor. So no longer is there an access to capital problem. We get all the capital we need. And now it's more of finding the spaces that need to be developed and making certain that we do the appropriate level of marketing to attract people to want to live there, play there, and be at home.
Now you guys expand clearly out past H Street. Can you talk about some of your early on investments that H Street made, just that people may not know, whether it was the AutoZone or the building that's right next door that's here? Tell us a little bit about some of
the building directly across from Whole Foods is called John A. Wilson Plaza. And it was a 360,000 square foot development that had a full service supermarket called Mega Foods. Most people might remember it in the late 80s. But it was developed, it died, and came back differently than what you see now. So that portion of the development is gone. The property was owned by Jair Lynch, who has subsequently then sold half of the property, and now you have 2 office buildings, you have a CVS, and you have some other critical retail that's come to that block.
Absolutely. And you guys was involved with another major project on 13th and H.
Yes, at 1300 H Street is the Baldwin, named after James Baldwin. It's 33 units of 100% affordable housing. So if your income is between 30 and 80% of the area median income, and the area median income in DC is roughly, metropolitan DC area is $107,000. So if you make between $30,000 and $80,000, you get qualified to have a residence in there. Now, unfortunately, they're all gone. The reservations were out the top of the hill, and we now have 33 brand new residents on H Street.
Now that's 100% affordable.
100%.
I know at one time people thought you just couldn't do 100% affordable on H Street, but you guys have partnered and built something that's 100% affordable. How quickly did those things go?
They were gone within 2 months.
Wow.
And we have to give a plug to the Bowser administration and past administrations who actually have put money where their mouth is. And that is, they put money in through the Housing Production Trust Fund. They competitively bid this former R.L. Christian site. So we had a clear opportunity to develop affordable housing when most people said, I don't think you're going to put affordable housing on H Street. Because if you go to the Apollo there are 2-bedroom units at $5,000.
Well, I know a lot of people thought about that, and when the Christian Library was the RFP came out to kind of get rid of it and build something else there was a lot of concerns that they were going to get this market rate housing, and that was gentrification. So to see the the organization working with the administration
Mm-hmm.
has done a phenomenal job to make it 100% affordable. I mean, I think that's hats off, because I think there are a lot of people that probably didn't think that was going to happen, and it actually did happen. What are some of the other exciting things? I know Rhode Island Avenue, you guys have a project there.
Yeah, 2321 4th Street. We developed 116 units of 100% affordable housing in a multifamily building, and we had partners, the E&G Group, and they were able to help us construct this $35 million project relatively fast. But it had been a former DC government on site, and we competitively won the rights.
And I think that's also good to note that when you look at government competitive sites and partnering with CDCs that are out here doing good work, you get 100% affordable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's 100% affordable.
That's 100%.
Most of you know where it is right near Rhode Island Avenue on 4th Street. That beautiful complex you see there. That's an 8th Street developed building, 100% affordable. 13th and 8th Street. Who would ever thought it would have been 100% affordable? This 100% affordable. I mean, those are the things that I think people are saying are excited about 8th Street. What's new? What's the next thing that you guys are working
Well,
on?
our next big thing is on Benning Road. We're going into parts of the city that most people have not, and we're going to develop more properties along the Benning Road and the Bladensburg Road area, because we think it's important to go where places that need to be developed.
And how can people find out a little bit more about 8th Street?
They can go to our website at hstreetcdc.org, or they can call us at 202-544-8353.
Great.
Be glad to talk
Hold
to
on,
you.
he threw out a phone number. I mean, a lot of people come on the show, but no people throw out phone numbers and say, hey, he said gladly be talked to you. Well, let me tell you, when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple of things 8th Street is doing. One, we know that the Global Scholars Foundation is something that has been, at the heart and soul of what you've been able to provide for our young folks here in the District of Columbia. Then we're going to talk about, of course, the John Wilson Scholarship and all the kids that you've been able to put in college and really make a big difference, not only in their lives, but in their families' lives. We'll be right back right after these messages. Here at Always Real Talk, we are committed to giving all the exposure to our local and small businesses, supporting our entrepreneurs that are out here in the community making a difference. And today, as you can see, we're supporting the one and only District Certified. We want to make sure you go out. Go to his website. What's your website?
www.districtcertified.city.
Here we are, young man out here making a difference, creating a brand, but not only a brand that people are wearing. If it's Always Real Talk, you know it's going to be real.
What?
Welcome back to Always Real Talk. We're here with 8th Street Community Development Corporation, and we're just talking about the phenomenal things that 8th Street has done just from a development perspective. But man, I think people just don't understand the community part of 8th Street Community Development Corporation. Tell us a little bit about that community side that you guys do and why you do it.
Yeah, we have been advocates for the community. When there have been zoning issues that the community's been enraged about, we've gone and testified before the council. We've also been able to do the full breadth of community development, which includes real estate as well as economic development. So some of the properties that we've been involved with include the Walmart that's right there on 8th Street. Our partners and I were able to pull off the Walmart right there near Gonzaga. We've done commercial, residential, retail, and we look forward to doing even more.
So the Walmart, the famous Walmart that everyone goes to on 8th Street, which you can always find parking for, by the way. I don't think I've ever been there and couldn't find parking. So, I think everyone goes there already. Lumber, there's a bunch of people there. You guys are involved in that particular
Absolutely.
development. So that's a retail project.
That's right.
But you guys have developed clearly 100% affordable housing that you guys have done.
Right.
And you guys have done some mixed development too. I think that's
true.
4th Street's mixed development.
Right. As well as